Hello everybody, it's here. The Ultimate Trail Running Handbook has just popped through my door. I'm really excited. It's my first book. It's all about trail running and it's available today. So thanks very much if you've already pre-ordered the book. I know a lot of you have, so that's absolutely fantastic. There are a few delays on delivery due to COVID at the moment, so sorry if yours doesn't auto arrive today, but hopefully in the next few days the warehouse will be getting those out. It is early. It was going to be out on the 21st anyway, so it's kind of early anyway, but I've the handbook really supportive. I tell you everything you need to know, and likewise if you're an intermediate or quite experienced trail runner, you can check that it's all correct and you can pick up some new tips and read some nice stories about real runners and get some expert tips throughout. So there's training plans in here from like beginner to expert, so there's really is something for everybody in here. So yeah, let's have a look, shall we? Oh, that's the back there. It's got a pair of shoes. That's a photo that I took on a Bridgedale sock shoot. That's a photo of me running in Chamonix that a random person took of me before you weren't allowed to give people your cameras anymore. These are some chocolate brownies that Anita Bean has made. Anita Bean, sports nutritionist, she makes a big appearance in the book as well with some of her recipes. And that's a pair of Hoka shoes that I've been testing. So let's have a look. Contents. And this, I really like the start of the book. So this is a poem by Alistair Jones, who is on Twitter as Running Mr. Jones. Definitely check him out if you haven't already. So this is a poem that he's written about trail running, and it goes, "Trail runs aren't just about the power in your legs. They also reveal the size of your heart and the strength of your mind. Trail running helps ordinary people do extraordinary things. So keep running off-road, keep building a better you." So I just thought that was a really nice poem to start the book. So this is what this book is about. It's not about necessarily beasting yourself and killing yourself. It is about challenging yourself if you want to and just enjoying it, basically. So I'm so pleased with the forewords that Vassos has written one just there. He's written some really lovely things. That's him and his kids doing his first trail race. Then Emily Forsberg has written the second foreword, and that's really kind of her because she's just, everybody wants a piece of Emily Forsberg, so it was really lovely of her to spare the time to do this. So then there's a little welcome, and there's a little bit of a story here about why I hated running when I was at school. So done a whole full 360 U-turn here. That's a photo of me running on the Radnor path in the Isle of Man. I did 100 miles around the Isle of Man as like a little week-long project thing, which was cool. And yeah, there's just stuff about what is trail running in the first place, so important to establish these things. Then we've got things about why trail running is so good for you, scientifically proven to be good for you. There's some myths that we've busted here as well. There's some nice little stories, lots of stories. Like this is a story from Guy Greatorex, one of my patrons here. He's just saying how he started trail running. So there's loads of little stories from real runners peppered throughout the book. This is a bit about where the trails are. There's gear. So this is just like a quick start chapter, and then all these things go into more detail later on. So there's a little bit about technique and food and a little bit of exercises. That's an ankle strength thing. Yeah, loads more reader stories. How to stay motivated as well. So we've got Trail Running magazine in there, definitely a good bet to stay motivated. There's a whole page on being eco-friendly as well. So I think that's really important, especially as trail runners. We want to preserve the environment that we run in, don't we? Yeah, and then there's different chapters. So this is a skills and techniques chapter, so all about like how to fit it into your life, how to enjoy it more, tackling different types of terrain as well, how to make uphills easier. You won't need to buy the book at this rate. Getting confident downhill, getting more efficient as well, using maps, navigation, planning a trail route, how to do all that, Going to the loo outside, training plans. So there's loads of training plans. Like first it starts with the warm up and cool down, obviously. So it's really important to do those things. Then there's a bit of strength work as well. I did all these exercises in a studio in the summer. Then there's a bit about cross training as well, in case people are injured. And it is really good complementary training as well. Recovery, age as well, that has an issue. A bit of women's running as well, with the different things that go on for us or ladies, pregnancy, etc., menopause. Then there's a training plan. So this is a big bit here. So you've got to look at this bit first to find out which one you are on here. And then here we go, training plans galore. So it was a bit text heavy, this section. But yeah, if you're into training for your first 10k on trails, or half marathon or marathon, or even a 50k, which is 30 miles, then it's all in the book here. And there's beginner, intermediate and advanced levels of training plans there as well. So these are all the training plans. Then we've got a huge section on beating injury, so hopefully you won't even get injured. There's foam rolling, there's how to manage things like foot pain and knee pain, ankle pain, how to cure it. Paul Hobra, who writes Running Free of Injuries, he's actually provided the information for this part as well. So everything you need to know about curing those common injuries is in this. There's a blisters section as well, a bit of a Q&A on blisters, prehab exercises so you don't get injured in the first place, that's really useful, and foam rolling as well. So on my YouTube channel, Wild Ginger Running, you'll see a foam rolling demo that I've done. There's also something on cadence from Shane Benzie, the technique coach, who is also mentioned in this book. He's just written The Lost Art of Running as well, really good book if you fancy giving that a read, by the same publisher. And then there's information on taping as well in that playlist, because obviously you can put all these pictures in here, but it's easier to watch a film on these. So have a look at the book playlist on my website, on my YouTube channel. So this is the K-tape. There's also K-tape films in that playlist as well. Then there's gear. I love the gear section. Woohoo! And trail shoes. There we go, gear. There's lots on gear. I like all types of gear. Running jackets, like should you wear a running pack or should you wear a waist pack? About running watches as well. Fitness apps, mandatory kit, first aid kit, yeah, the torches, reflective stuff, cold weather, hot weather. So there really is a little bit for everything. Nutrition and hydration comes next. Anita Bean, who's written the Runner's Cookbook with loads of cool recipes in, she has given a lot of information here about the myths that were needed to be busted, and there's a fuel timeline for when you should eat. And then she's given, I've put some of these together, and then there's Anita's recipe, one of Anita's recipes as well. In here, so there's some really lovely recipes that are making me hungry now actually, and healthy snack ideas, long distance race fuel ideas. There's just loads of stuff. Hydration, snacks, nutrition products, should you use them, like natural sports supplements. And then races, my favourite part of the book. I've got 1 minute left on this live broadcast. Races and challenges. This was about a little story there about my first trail race with the Lakeland Trails, and tips as well for a good race. I really enjoyed that race. That was a Cheddar Gorge Omnium. Oh, it was amazing. I loved that. The medal is epic. It's a devil with loads of stuff hanging off it, because it was lots of different races all in one weekend. Anyway, so these are some of my favourite trail races that you can find out about. Really good events to try. And then races overseas, mad races, some of the world's most famous races, some of the world's most craziest races. And this picture from the Dragon's Back race, which is absolutely epic race in the UK. Then further reading. These are all my favourite running books as well, so definitely kit yourself out with all of them. So yeah, there we go. That's it. That is I have to go now. I've got a meeting. Hang on a second. Oops, I've just missed that. Okay, I've got to go now. I've got a meeting, but thank you very much for listening and watching, and I hope you buy the book soon. Okay, links to buy it are in the film description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.